way.
Okay. Someone at my church brought the patches to us, and I had been sick a couple of years, the year previous. And I had a pretty strong year of my body being basically out. And I'm going to tell that story one day in fullness, but needless to say, it required me sitting down. It required me going out in the sun every day. I tell people I was wearing a mask and gloves before COVID hit, And as that year, there was so much happening and doctors really weren't able to really help me. They tried, they did. And even holistic people attempted to, but there just weren't answers. And for me, in this particular case, I really had to listen. And I had to get still and I had to determine for myself, okay, what is happening to me? Why is it that I'm losing weight? Like I lost 30 pounds in 6 weeks and I wasn't able to eat. And my family's like, you've got to eat. And I'm like, I can't eat. And they're like, why not? I'm like, I don't know, but I know I can't eat. And my husband's like, you've got to eat. You've got to eat. Like he's a red personality. He's like, he's the one who brings solutions. He's like, your solution is you've got to eat. And I'm like, I can't eat. I said, I'm sorry. I said, I don't know what's happening, but I know I cannot. I said, yeah, you know me, Craig. I know my body and I can't eat. And so, sometimes when you get still and listen, instead of allowing all the chatter to take over, you can hear what your body's telling you. And you can hear the voice inside that might have an opinion you might want to listen to, right? And so I remembered I had a massage, which I love massage. I was a massage therapist at one time, but I'd had a Thai massage on purpose. And I'd asked them to work a little bit on my bowels. And I saw her push down this area here all the way down really, really deep and let go. And I thought to myself on the table, I thought, God, that was really odd. But I didn't think anything of it and I kept moving. Now, mind you, this is me remembering. And she had, and long story short, what was discovered is that my esophageal lower sphincter had been trapped open. And so my food was not going where it needed to go. And so I called a friend who I knew used a device that would show me everything happening in my body from head to toe in every organ system, including functional matters. And I used that device and I said, there's something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I know when I see it, I'm going to know it. And I kept looking through these 25 pages of data and I saw this one section and I'm like, that's it. I know that's what it is. I don't know what that is, but that's what's wrong. And so she sent me to a doctor, a chiropractic doctor who actually specializes in breech babies. So weird. But she does a protocol called body balancing. And she went to work on me. I told her a little bit what was happening. I said, I just don't know. And she worked on me and she told me, she said, Donna, there's so many valves open in your body. I wouldn't even know what doctor to send you to. Wow. And she told me that, she said, your digestion is flowing in the wrong direction. And that is why I couldn't eat. That whole time, my digestion, my flow was actually going the opposite direction it was supposed to flow because all my valves were open. There's valves over here, there's valves over here, there's ileocecal, there's all these different things that help our colon and all those organs do their job. And mine weren't able to do their job. And so in that season, you're looking for help, you're doing what this holistic fancy doctor does. You get all the blood work and it says you're not dying. So like, oh, that's good, but this is still happening, what the hey, and anyway, it was quite a season because that was that year. And then in that year, we started doing research. Well, what could help me? What's the one thing that could help me? Because these other things haven't really helped me. They just helped show me what was happening. And so we came to the study of stem cells. Now, we're not scientists, we're not doctors, we're just people trying not to die. My husband's just trying to go, you know what? I don't want you to die. And I will tell you, I don't know what faith, everyone is in, but I knew that God had told me that I could die. He didn't say I would die. He said, you could die. And, I was like, wow, good, heads up. Thanks. Okay. Which made me go a little bit slower and a little bit closer and a little bit sitting more still. And, and for months, because I'm listening, because I'm like, well, you made me. So, okay, good to know. And so, months later, I'm still listening. And I felt this peace. And I said, listen, I know you said I could die, but you didn't say I would. Mm-hmm. I said, so I just want you to know that I'm choosing not to. And if it's different than this, then okay. But that's not what I think is your destiny for me. Mm. And so I picked up myself on the inside and said, this is not how I want to go out. And so in the middle of all this, we're doing the research on stem cells. Craig is, because I'm just shutting down. I'm just outside, And so all that to say, it was a serious time. And then the next year, I'm basically in recovery. And in June, someone at my church brings me these patches and says, hey, these activate your stem cells. And Craig and I just looked at each other and said, oh, we're in. And he did a little research. I'm like, I'm good. Let's rock it. And so I'm like, I go ahead and I'm already like sharing these patches that look so innocent. I'm sharing these patches before I even have my package, because I had the revelation of stem cells. I had the revelation that the one who created me with this thing called stem cells. I already saw that I was created by these stem cells, and that it was an intimate work. And that's how I was fashioned and molded and made on the inside of my mother's womb. And to me, that was amazing to marry the spiritual of, fashioned and molded by your creator, but not just fashioned and molded by your creator, but fashioned and molded by the science he created called stem cells that actually created your body, that put flesh on your bones, and I'm like, this is so amazing. And so I started sharing it, and I didn't really share it with any purpose to make money or anything. Not that I was opposed to money, but it wasn't my intention. It wasn't my intention. My intention wasn't, let's make a living. Like, Marcy talks about how, on day 10, she wants to go to work again. Well, I didn't feel like that. I just recovered from feeling like I was going to die. And the last thing I wanted to do was take on any kind of responsibility. That was a heaviness to me, to have a responsibility after I'm still recovering, but I was excited. And so this passion infused me. Now, mind you, my passion had been shut down for a year. When you're dying, you're not real passionate about anything. You're not even passionate about living. You're just waiting, like, okay, if this is it, this is it, And you just wonder, I'm like, okay. In that year, I came to a real great peace inside myself. I had peace, not pieces, I had peace. And I think that's why I could come to that final conclusion that I could make a new decision. And I just want to encourage all of you. I know we have an intention with this call, but I want to encourage all of you in your journey. You're going to meet people who've lost their passion and you may not know it. You're going to meet people that have been in deep despair, but you may not know it by the smile on their face. You're going to meet people who've been facing death, and be kind to them, but give them a reason to live, and I know I'm the one who had to choose to live. No one can make you want to live. I mean, I know when I meet with my clients and they have no belief, I tell them, I said, look, if you just lean into my belief system until you have your own, I'll walk with you until you develop your own belief system, because I want you to live. So I was able to do that for myself just because of the years I've had in developing that part of me. So when I fused this passion, then I had this little inclination. It's like, wow,